He brought high fashion to Hamilton Street.
Tonight's History's headlines is the story of the fashion maven at Hess's department store.
Gird your loins.
Gerard Gerry Golden may have felt right at home in the high-stress, high-fashion world of Runway magazine, as featured in The Devil Wears Prada.
That's all.
In real life, Golden didn't answer to the icy editor-in-chief of a fashion magazine. He answered to the guy who was determined to make Allentown's downtown a destination for housewives, movie stars, and everyone in between.
Somebody called Hess's Hollywood on Hamilton Street.
That would be Hess's department store, of course, and for more than 2 decades, Golden served as the store's fashion director.
He was not exactly the type of person, first, that you would think of would get interested in fashion.
He was employed as treasurer and sales manager at Lennox Manufacturing Company of Catasauqua for a time. Later, in 1947, he was working for Hess's as a buyer of women's hats when Max Hess decided to give him a break and sent him on a trip to Japan. Trips to Turkey and Greece followed, with Golden coming home with the latest fashions from designers there. He also made dozens of trips to Europe. All of these things helped put Hess's on the map for being forward-thinking in fashion.
It was mentioned in the New York Times. It was mentioned in fashion publications. Golden had a way of finding the stars of the fashion and bringing them to Allentown.
Of course, fancy gowns with price tags in the thousands of dollars were out of reach for the average Lehigh Valley housewife. But that didn't matter. The eye candy was enough to woo them to the store to buy something, anything. But by the late 1960s, high fashion was going out of fashion at Hess's.
Max Hess died at the age of 57 in 1968. And the store was sold to Phil Berman, and Berman had a totally different way of looking at things. It was much more Lehigh Valley centered.
Gerry Golden died in 1971 at the age of 55 following an undisclosed illness. But for 24 years, he was a true trendsetter in Allentown.
Remember, there's always more to the story at WFMZ.com. You'll find History's headlines in the features section.